Hello guys, we are on lesson number 11 and I am making this short little video to pop into the explore section of your lesson today to do a little demonstration of the structure of skeletal muscles. So the skeletal muscles are the muscles that we think about, right? Usually when we think about muscles are the muscles that are used for movement and used attached to the bones and move around those joints. So the last lesson we learned about um, functional range of motion and we've learned about joints, and now we're going to learn about how those muscles that are attached to those bones and attached around those joints are moving our body, and why skeletal muscles are so strong and resilient. So this demonstration uses spaghetti. Trader Joe's spaghetti. So I'm going to walk you through the layers of a muscle because the muscle actually starts with one single muscle fiber. So this little strand of spaghetti is going to represent our muscle fiber, that small little muscle fiber, and then we're going to build from the inside going out. So here is our muscle fiber. Next lesson, we're going to take a little closer look at the muscle fiber and see what it looks like up close and how it contracts. But for today, let's just build our skeletal muscle. So muscle fiber is our spaghetti, and there are three different types of coverings or coverings that we're going to look at building from inside out. And the first one is the endomysium. So you can see down underneath the diagram, I have a little cheat sheet for you, because if you know what the prefix is, you can figure out which layer we're talking about. So the first layer, the most inner layer, is the endomysium. So endo meaning within or inner. And so we're going to say that the endomysium is already surrounding the spaghetti. It's kind of that, we'll say it's that powdery covering that you have on the outside of your spaghetti noodles. So that is our muscle fiber. And then you can see the endomysium pointing to the surrounding of each individual muscle fiber. Now we need to build a fascicle. So I need more spaghetti. I'm going to grab the rest of my spaghetti. I'm going to tilt you down so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, hopefully you can still hear me. So here are all of my individual muscle fibers. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather them together and I'm going to wrap them in the next covering, which is going to be the middle covering, or the paramecium. So you can see on the diagram, find the paramecium now. The paramecium means, peri means surrounding or enclosed. So think of like perimeter. So I'm going to take these muscle fibers and I'm going to wrap them up in the paramecium. And as I'm wrapping all these muscle fibers in the paramecium, I am building what we call a fascicle. So this right here is one muscle fascicle. Find that on the diagram. Okay, fascicle. So a fascicle wrapped in the paramecium. The next step is now I need to take all these fascicles and I need to wrap them together in the very last covering, which is epi, right? Epi meaning on or over, the epimecium. So I have a couple more that I pre-made. I've got 3 more fascicles. So I'm going to take all these fascicles and put them together, and I need my paramecium. So here's my next covering, my paramecium. So I take all of my fascicles, gather them together, and I'm going to wrap them in my paramecium. So the most outer layer is that paramecium. And what's interesting is you can kind of even see it. My saran wrap's a little short for my spaghetti, but you can almost see that as the paramecium tapers off, this is going to become your tendon. So this covering, this paramecium, is going to taper off and it's going to connect to the bone. Remember, tendon is muscle to bone, ligament is bone to bone. So this paramecium tapers off and has become your tendon and attached the muscle to the bone. So let's go backwards. Okay, skeletal muscle. The first layer, you ready, Door Explorer style? The first layer that I am uncovering is called what? The outermost layer. Tell me. That would be your paramecium. Okay. Now I have each of my individual little wraps of muscle fibers. What's this guy called? Fascicles. So here's my 3 fascicles. Here's my 4th fascicle. And now I'm going to unwrap the next layer. What layer am I unwrapping over the fascicle? The middle layer is called the paramecium. So there's our paramecium. That one comes off. And that exposes each of our individual muscle fibers. And surrounding the muscle fiber, that's going to be the innermost layer, which is the endomysium. Ta-da! That's it. So if we were in class together, we would all be having spaghetti on our lab stations and rolling these up and talking this through with our partners, but I wanted to still demo it for you because I think it gives a clear kind of illustration of how individual muscle fibers make up our skeletal muscles. So go ahead and work through the rest of the lesson and make sure you watch the intro video too, because I'm going to talk a little bit more on there. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.